गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो ब्रवीमि संस्कृतं वाचा ध्यायामि संस्कृतं हृदा कुर्वे सेवां च कायेन वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम् यो नरः संस्कृतव्योम्नि ह्यालयं रमते मुदा संस्कृतिं चैव संस्कारं विन्दते नात्र संशयः. Namaste and namaskaram to everyone. I would like to welcome you all on behalf of Vyoma to the course on Shivanandalahari to enhance the joy of chanting with its meaning as well. As you all know, the first class of the day is today on the 12th October 2024. And the duration of this course is of approximately 35 sessions. The course will commence every week on Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. On Indian Standard Time. The teacher of this course is Srimati Brunda Karanam. A short introduction on the teacher of the course. Srimati Brunda Karanam is a student of Mata Vidushi Anantalakshmi Natarajan. She has completed Sanskrit exams conducted by Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Shri Surasaraswati Sabha, Sringeri, and Bhagavad Gita exams conducted by Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan with a distinction. She has around 20 years of experience in teaching shlokas and Sanskrit. She is also a trained Carnatic vocalist and has completed 7 live webinar sessions through Vyoma. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you. Before we start off, a short introduction to how you can join the class and a few ground rules. So how you join the class is you need to first open the home page of sanskritfromhome.org. Post that, you can click on login, enter your login details. Once you enter your login details, you will be taken to your student dashboard. And in your student dashboard, here on the right side, you will be able to see today's classes, and you will be able to join the class once it is live and the teacher has started the course. For most people, you will not be logged out every time you close the tab. But however, every time you open Sanskrit from home, you will mostly be taken into this home page where you'll be able to see all the learning courses, your learning path, and other tabs as well. But to go to your student dashboard, you just have to click on My Learning, that is on the top right corner, which will take you back to your dashboard. So once you click on the course that you want to look at course materials from, just click on the tab. And when you go to the lesson, on your left side, you will be able to view all the course material that is here. Class recordings will also be available to you after every class. And you can also just go through the course overview or any announcements that are there. So a few webinar guidelines. As you all know, you will be able to join from your PC or Android or iOS devices, that is even through your mobile phone. And given that this is a webinar session, you will not be able to use your videos. If you have any, and you will be muted, by default. If you have any queries, you can either raise your hand or use the Q&A chat box. Make sure to always keep yourself muted, and usage of headphones will be really helpful in enhancing the audio quality. So we have some exciting news. Sanskrit from Home also has a mobile app that will help you learn on the go. This app will allow you to easily take classes from anywhere, access content, and learn from anywhere. You can do pretty much everything that you do on your website on this app as well. So here you can take exams or assessments from everywhere. You can track your progress. You can get in-app announcements and notifications and explore and enroll to new courses. So this is the QR code to install the app. You can either do it right now. I will give you about a minute. The one on the left is for iOS devices, and the one on the right is for Android devices. If not now, you will be receiving a link shortly to be able to install the app as well in the chat box in today's class. So for any queries or doubts that you have, you can email us on sanskritfromhome@vyomalabs.in, or you can call us at our helpline. Additionally, we also have a WhatsApp group that has been created for all the students of this course. The link of the same will also be shared with you shortly on the chat box. Another important note, request everyone to please close all other apps that use internet, apps or tabs that use internet in your mobile as well as your PC before logging into the online class. This is just so that any video or audio lags that occur from your end could be resolved through this. So I would like to take another moment to welcome you all to this course. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope we all have a fruitful sessions learning this very powerful Shivanandalahari. Brunda ma'am, over to you to take this forward.
Ram Ram Ram. सर्वेभ्यः हृत्पूर्वक नमस्काराः, स्वागतम्, धन्यवादाः अदिति भगिनी. अस्माकं सौभाग्यम् अद्य विजयदशम्यां वयं शिवानन्दलहर्याः पारायणाभ्यासं प्रारम्भं कुर्मः इति. विजयदशम्याः हार्दाः अनन्ताः शुभाशयाः. आदौ अस्मद्गुरून् सम्प्रार्थ्य तदनन्तरं कक्ष्यायाः प्रारम्भं करिष्यामः. A very warm welcome to all of you to the first class of Shivanandalahari. Shivanandalaharyaः आनन्दानुभवः स्थूलार्थसहितः पारायणाभ्यासः. This course is titled Experience the Bliss of Shivanandalahari, Enhance the Joy of Chanting with Meaning. We are commencing on a very auspicious day of Vijayadashami. As we all know, it has a lot of significance in Sanatana Dharma and in Bharatiya Samskriti, and paying respects and offering our prayers to our gurus on this day has been a tradition and is considered to be a very important aspect of this day of Vijayadashami. So before we commence, I will be rendering a few verses saluting all our gurus. Of course, Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavat Padacharya, who has composed this gem of a stotram, Shivanandalahari, and also some verses saluting the Guru Parampara, the Avichinna Parampara of the Acharyas, Jagat Guravaha of Dakshinamnaya Sringeri Sri Sharada Peetham, one of the mathas established by none other than Adi Shankara Bhagavat Padacharya. So let us begin. I will chant the verses. Then depending on the time, we will also begin learning the verses today. Gurureva gatir gurumeva bhaje Gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave Na guroh paramam shishurasmi guroh Matirasti gurau mama pahi guro Shruti smriti purananamayam karunalayam Namami bhagavat pada shankaram loka shankaram Saundaryalahari kartre sarvamangaladayine Shankaracharya varyaya yatirajayate namaha Shankarupena machittam pankikritamabudhyaya Kinkariyasya samaya Shankaracharyamashraye Prahlada varado devo yo nrisimha paro harihi Nrisimho pasakan nityam tan nrisimha gurum bhaje Shri Sachidananda Shivabhinavya Nrisimha Bharatya Bhidhanyatindran Vidyanidhin Mantranidhin Sadatmanishtan Bhaje Manavashambhurupan Sadatmadhyananiratam Vishayebhyah Parangmukham Naumi Shastreshu Nishnatam Chandrasekhara Bharati Vivekinam Mahaprajnam Dhairyaudharyakshamanidhim Sadabhinavapurvantam Vidyatirthagurum Bhaje Bharati Karunapatram Bharati Padabhushanam Bharati Padamarudham Bharati Tirthamashraye Bharati Tirthavaryantam Bhaktahrittapanashanam Bhavabhiti haram devam Bhavaye satatam hridi Vidya vinaya sampannam Vitaragam vivekinam Vande vedanta tattvajnam Vidhushekhara bharatim Ananta guna sampannam Anantabhidhaya shrutam Ananta jnana datrintam Mataram pranumo vayam Gairbanya sanvibodhena Jivanam maulya sanyutam Yakarottan namamyambam Sharada Murtarupini. Today, being Vijayadashami, is considered very auspicious to begin any yajna, any adhyayanam. And today, by the grace of Jagat Guravaha Sharadamba, our Guru Anantam Mata, we have commenced on this journey of Shivanandalahari. And this course is slightly different from the other chanting courses which you all might have attended in Vyoma and the courses which I have offered in Vyoma as well, in the sense that we are going to be learning succinctly the sthulartha or the meaning of the verses. Of course, we will not be getting into a detailed analysis of each expression which Acharya has used. We are all just beginners in this yajna. And it's our humble attempt to see that we can at least understand the basic direct meaning. So each verse will have the direct meaning, then the inner meaning of the verses, which as we progress in our study, we will be able to appreciate better. But we thought that sharing the direct meaning with you, the simple meaning in English, would have multiple benefits, including that you will be able to experience the verses better. Now, Shivanandalahari is called a Bhakti Shastram. It is overflowing with Bhakti, with devotion, which you will see, we will experience in each of the verses. So the Bhakti experienced by our Acharya Shankara, and that Shivanandam or Brahmanandam or Sachidanandam experienced by him has been shared with us through these verses. So it is a Bhakti Shastram, and experiencing the meaning will help us enhance the chanting experience as well. So that is one reason why meaning would help. Secondly, once you understand the meaning of each word, you will be able to recollect the verses better. So it helps you also in memorization and internalization of this stotram. So with that objective, we have attempted to give you the meaning. Of course, at the very beginning, I must state as maybe a disclaimer that many words in Sanskritam do not have an equivalent in English. So including the word Shivam, we can try to have multiple meanings for it, including auspiciousness, etc. But to experience the meaning as it is in Sanskritam, only the grace of Jagat Gurus and of course the verses will themselves guide us. As we go on engaging with the verses, the meaning will reveal itself to us, and learning Sanskritam also helps in appreciating the meaning in Sanskrit better. So which is why when we give you some word in English as the meaning, it may not in all likelihood convey exactly what the Sanskritam term is referring to. But nevertheless, like I said, we are all still taking baby steps in this yajna to understand the meaning. So we will try to give you as close a meaning or as accurate a meaning as possible in English. We will not, however, deal with, it would not be like a discourse dealing with each verse. It would only be the simple meaning of each verse. And today, as you all know, Vijayadashmi is also very significant for Bhagavan Sri Rama. And Sri Rama, as we all know, was a great bhakta of Ishvara mutually, and Ishvara was also a bhakta, is also a bhakta of Sri Rama. So they are mutually, bhaktas of each other. Saint Tyagaraja says in one of his very famous kritis, Rama Rama Rasikudu Kailasa Sadanudu. So Rama Nama Rasika, the one who enjoys the nectar of Rama Nama, that Kailasa Sadanudu, the one who resides in Kailasa, that is none other than Ishvara. And as we all know, even in Vishnu Sahasranama, it is Shiva who tells Parvati, Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. So that Rama Nama, just chanting Rama 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 thrice, is equivalent to chanting all the 1,000 names of Vishnu. This is how he is a Rama Nama Rasika, Ishvara. And for that reason also, I think it is a great blessing that we are starting on this day, which is also very auspicious for Bhagavan Sri Rama. We are commencing this yajna of Shivanandalahari. And this course is also very special for me personally, because I had learned these verses as a child from my guru, Mata Anantam, Vidushi Anantalakshmi Natarajan Mahodaya. But last year, somehow in September, she called me and said, let us chant this entire Shivanandalahari together. And from the time we completed Saundaryalahari course, many of you here might have joined the Saundaryalahari course, which is completed now. That is again by Adi Shankara Bhagavat Padacharya, 100 verses on Bhagavati, Devi, Parvati. So that course was offered in Vyoma a few years ago. And as soon as I completed that course and shared that with my guru, she said, you must teach Shivanandalahari. So next, so since then, we were having this in mind, and many of you who have attended Saundaryalahari also requested for this course. With Bhagavat Sankalpa and grace of Jagat Gurus, it's happening now. So last September, again, Mata called me and said we chanted all the 100 shlokas together. She explained the meaning of a few verses. And on 2 consecutive days, we chanted almost twice all the 100 verses. And she insisted that we should embark on this journey of learning Shivanandalahari. And this is one of the last few stotras I got to chant in person with my guru. So in that way, it is a very special course for me, and it is an offering to her for all that she has taught. There is a verse in Sanskrit, Ekamevaksharam yastu guruhu shishyam prabodhayet prithivyam nasti tadravyam yaddatva chandrini bhavet. So even if a guru teaches one letter, ekam eva aksharam, to a student, there is no wealth in this world, no dravyam, no treasure, no wealth, by giving which to the guru, one can be freed of one's debt to the guru. So we have learned so much from our gurus, and the only way we can repay is by further spreading this knowledge, spreading this Adbhutam Stotram and sharing this with others. So this, again, on this auspicious day of Vijayadashami, is an offering to all our gurus, including to our Guru Anantam Mata, who repeatedly asked us to learn these verses. So I wanted to share that also with you all today. And we have co-faculty for this course, Aditi Swaminathan Bagini, who started the webinar today, who gave the introduction. So she has been with us in Gita Govinda Samskrita Sangha and in Vyoma since many years. Those of you who attended my first webinar many years ago, Bhagavad Gita, she was a panelist there as well as a very young student in school. And so she has been with us through all these years and in many other webinars also as a panelist. So here she is going to be a co-faculty. She is now a graduate of one of the very reputed B schools, IIM, and she's placed and she's working. So she is going to be helping us with the course. There will be a few sessions where after we learn a few verses, you're going to chant individually. In this class, time permitting, and also in a separate class, which Aditi will be handling. And so you can polish your chanting, like my guru used to say, you can polish your chanting skills in those classes. So thank you very much, Aditi, and welcome to you as well. And we also have 2 other panelists. Shriya, if you could please share your video. So Shriya is also a student of Gita Govinda Samskrit Sangha. She has been learning shlokas and Sanskritam. Shriya, could we see you? Could you share your video, please? Okay, I think one panelist has some connectivity issue. Okay, so we have Shriya, who I think is in the 6th standard now, a school student. Yes, I think Shriya is here. Ram Shriya. Welcome to the course. So the panelists play a very important role because they help us with the Anucharanam and learning. They also put in a lot of effort before every class by practicing the verses in advance. Then we have another panelist who is Charu. Charu, could you please share your video? So Charu again has been with Gita Govinda Samskrit Sangha and Vyoma, and she has been with us through many chanting courses, including Soundarya-lahari. Charu, please share your video. So she is also going to be helping us with Anucharanam and repeating the verses. So this one unique feature of this webinar, which compared to the other webinars which I've offered, like I said, is we'll deal with the succinct meaning after we learn the chanting of each verse. The second aspect is some of you who have attended the webinar so far would be used to a particular structure where in the first class or in the second class or so, we deal with the Samskrita Varnamala and show you the chart and the rules of pronunciation, including short letters, long letters, Rasva, Dirgha, Alpa Prana, Mahaprana, Dvitvam, rules of Sandhi, Visarga, etc. So this webinar is going to be slightly different because here what we have decided is that we are going to start directly with the verses. So we will learn as we go. On the go, we will learn Alpa Prana, Mahaprana, Hrasva, Dirgha, rules of splitting, etc. And maybe after a few verses in the course, once you all are already familiar with the live examples of each of these rules of pronunciation, then we will have a pronunciation session for you, which will include aspects of Sanskrit grammar, etc., and Shiksha Shastram, that is the science of phonetics, when you will be able to appreciate the theory aspect of it. So practically, we will start. And this is how our guru also taught us as children. Of course, when we learned from her, we were still in school and we would just listen to her and repeat and learn. Much later, then we started appreciating these aspects of Dvitvam, Ghosha, etc. Though for young kids, when they pick up, they just learn by listening, Shravanam, how they pick up a mother tongue. So this course, we will, like I said, start with the directly with the verses. And we will learn, I will mention to you, wherever there is a Mahaprana, I will highlight and mention to you. When there is a rule of splitting or combining a sandhi or a visarga followed by some letter or anuswara followed by some letter, I will mention to you. So after a few verses, then you will be able to understand yourself. Then we will have the rules of pronunciation session. Those who have attended other chanting webinars, you already will be familiar with these. So you will already know what we are referring to. Initially, in case you're, for the first timers, in case you are a little, confused as to what is a sandhi, etc., that's okay, no issues at all. But believe me, within a few classes, you will be able to appreciate it yourself. It is just about abhyasa. Like Bhagavan says, abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Abhyasa consistently. And we need to have that consistency in our practice, in chanting, in attending the classes. See, anything is a yajna. Even Shravana yajna is a yajna. Able to attend regularly and listen. Then Parayanam is also a yajna, able to chant regularly. So once we engage with the stotram for a continued period of time, consistently, regularly, then it is very much possible to internalize the stotram, the words, the rules of pronunciation, and the bhakti bhava, especially in a stotram like Shivanandalahari. So, like I said, Adi Shankara Bhagavat Padacharya has composed another stotram with a similar title, Soundarya-lahari, on Devi, again 100 verses, and on Ishvara, Parameshvara, Shivanandalahari. What we see beautifully in these stotrams is the unity of Parvati and Parameshvara, that samyam of Parvati and Parameshwara. So when we learn the verses, it will become clear to you. And also he composed this stotram in the very auspicious kshetram of Sri Shailam, where the presiding deities are Mallikarjuna, that is Parameshwara, and Bhramaramba Devi, Parvati. So there he composed this stotra ratnam. And so this is a very great stotram for us to learn. And in Saundaryalahari, all the verses are in one chandas called Shikharini. In Shivanandalahari, there are different meters. Chandas means meter. So in some verses, when you see some small shlokas, like Vishnu Sahasranama or Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, they are in what we call Anushtup Chandas, that is 8 letters in a pada. There will be few others like Saundaryalahari itself, Shikharini Chandas. There are various meters, Shardula, Vikriditam, Indra Vajra, Upendra Vajra, etc. So in Shivanandalahari, he has used, Acharya, Bhagavad Padacharya has used various meters. Whereas in Saundaryalahari, all verses are in one chandas called Shikharini. So with this introduction, let us begin. Today we will start, especially because it is Vijayadashmi, let us start with a few verses on the Guru, and then maybe attempt to learn the first shloka of Shivanandalahari. If there is time, we will go to the meaning. Otherwise, we will deal with the meaning in the next class. So like Aditi already told you, the classes will be from 7 to 8 a.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, every Saturday. And some classes, you will have revision sessions also, either with me or with Aditi, our co-faculty. Okay. So the first verse, all of you, most of you will be familiar with this, but nevertheless, let us learn it today as an offering to our gurus. Aditi, Guru Reva Gatir Guru Meva Bhaje.
Gururev gatir gurumev bhaje. Gururev gatir gurumev bhaje.
Gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave.
गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे. गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे.
न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः.
न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः. न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः.
मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो.
मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो. मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो.
Uttamam. So here when you see Gurureva Gatir Gurumeva Bhaje. Bha is Mahaprana. So we use more of our breath prana when we say Bha compared to Ba. Right? So there we need to differentiate. If we say Bhaje, that wouldn't be right. And sometimes the entire meaning changes with Mahapranas and Alpaprana. So when there is a Mahaprana, we only have to chant it as Mahaprana. When there's an Alpaprana, only as an Alpaprana. So here, Bhaje, Guru Naiva. So look at this Na here, Na, where you twist your tongue, the tongues upwards, hitting the roof of the mouth. Guru Naiva, Sahasmi, Na. Here, Na. It is not Na, it is Na. Softer Na, where the tongue is touching the root of the teeth. So on the upper jaw. So Namo Gurave. Naguroho. This sign you see here, it is what we call upadhmaniya. So here, when you split it, there is a visarga. Naguroho, followed by pa. So whenever there is a visarga followed by pa, then we get the pronunciation of what is called an upadhmaniya. So naguro paramam. So what happens is in an upadhmaniya, your lips are used, oshthav, lips are used to pronounce, and there is an expulsion of air from the lips. So naguro paramam. That is how every time a visarga is followed by the letters pa or pha, then we use upadhmaniya. So in traditional Sanskrita, the sign to denote an upadhmaniya is what you see here. So let us get ourselves familiar with this sign also. Nagurov paramam shishurasmi. Here, when I say shishurasmi, an extra sa is heard. So shishurasmi. So there is s and smi. Though only one sa is written, two sas are heard. Shishurasmi guroho. That is called dvitvam. It's a very beautiful aspect of chanting where you see the doubling of a letter, and that many a time it happens very naturally. Like when we are chanting, it comes naturally to us, dvitvam. However, we could point out whenever it is prominent, so you will be aware and consciously chant it as advitvam. Shishurasmi guroho matirasti. Again there, dvitvam. Gurau mama pahi guro. Also, please note in Sanskrit, a, o are always dirghaswara. They are always long vowels. So we don't have a. There's no a in Sanskrit. A and no o also. It's always a and o. So whenever you have a kara or o kara, it is always a long letter. And some letters, and I is also always a long letter. So when you say gu, ru, it's short. However, re is long and v is short again. So please note, while we are chanting and while the panelists are repeating, the hrasva dirgha, that is the long short letter difference, will be very evident to you. So please pay attention to that and chant accordingly. Now, Aditi, I will chant the entire verse and you could chant the entire verse once. Guru reva gatir guru meva bhaje gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave na guro paramam shishurasmi guroho matirasti gurau mama pahi guro.
गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो.
Dhanyavadaha, Aditi. We will move to the next verse now. So this is a prayer to Adi Shankara Bhagavat Padacharya. Now, Shankara Vangmayam, the literature given to us by Shankara Bhagavat Padacharya is extensive. In a short span of 32 years, he has given us so many stotras, bhashyas. So right from the Prasthanatrayam, the bhashyas to the Prasthanatrayam, that is the commentaries of Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and the Brahma Sutras, giving us the crux of Vedanta. Then he has composed Prakarana Granthas and Stotras. So even in Stotras, he has composed slightly bigger Stotras like Shivanandalahari, Saundaryalahari, and even small verses like Gurvashtakam, Sharada Bhujangam, which, even our the children who are just beginning to talk, you can teach them and they will be able to learn those stotras very easily. So such extensive repertoire of literature he has given us. And purely because of his karunyam for all us to help us cross this ocean of samsara. And even, briefly touching upon each of them also, our lifetime may not be enough, will not be enough rather. So we are so grateful to our Guru for all this he has given us. Now let us learn this. This is a shloka saluting Shankara Bhagavad Padacharya. Shriya. Shruti Smriti Purana
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम्
आलयं करुणालयम्
आलयं करुणालयम् आलयं करुणालयम्
नमामि
नमामि नमामि
भगवत्पादशङ्करम्
भगवत्पादशङ्करम् भगवत्पादशङ्करम्
लोकशङ्करम्
लोकशङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम्
Tamam Shriya. So here, Shruti Smriti, the Dvitvam there, please note, Shruti Smriti. And one important distinction you have to note here is, if you see this, the first letter, Shru, Shruti, Ukara is heard, like the Swara U. And here, the next word is Smriti, Smr. So there is a difference in pronunciation. So Smriti is like Rishihi, Rituhu, Krishnaha, that Rikara. There we should not say U. So we should not pronounce it as Smruti. Smruti would not be the accurate pronunciation. It is Smriti, Smr. Okay, so Shruti, Ukara there. And here it is Smriti, Smr. So why is that? There are different vowels there. So in the Varnamala, a, I, u, and r. So u pronunciation is different from r pronunciation. So when you say r, smriti, amritam, there r should be heard, not u, not ru. So that ru, we should not pronounce it as amrutam. It is amritam. That difference, subtle difference, we need to note. So Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam. When you combine these two words, so when we have certain rules in Sanskrit where some letters can be combined while chanting or while reading or while speaking. So when we combine, there are certain rules to combine. We cannot combine according to our whim. So we have to follow certain rules, which are called rules of Sandhi, which again, if you carefully focus and learn a stotram, you will learn those rules automatically. You will learn the language rules automatically, even without going through what Sandhi is this. So here one rule is when Anuswara, that is this Anuswara, Alayam, followed by Ka. Then instead of Karunalayam, we chant it as Alayam Karunalayam. Nga, that Anunasika. Anunasika means follows the nose. So every grouped consonant, that is Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga, right? We have these groups of consonants in many Indian languages. So Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga is the Ka Varga, the Ka group. The last letter of that group is Nga. Nga. So that pronunciation we get here. So this Anuswara gets replaced by that. So Alayam Karunalayam. When we combine, we chant it that way. So if you ask me, is it okay to chant it split? That's also correct. You can chant Alayam Karunalayam. But the next level of chanting is we combine all the sandhis accurately. So Alayam Karunalayam. Namami. Here, see, Namami. So we shouldn't prolong it as Namami. Namami. Bhagavat Pada Shankaram. Loka Shankaram. Bha, Mahaprana, like I said. So we have only indicated the Mahapranas from the grouped consonants here, where you also have a similar Alpaprana letter like ba, bha. However, we have other Mahapranas also, which we are not indicating here, but to differentiate with a similar Alpaprana letter like ba and bha. So that we indicate here, bha, which is why the bha is highlighted. Bhagavat Pada Shankaram, Loka Shankaram. Here there is another rule. Optionally, again, you can combine this anuswara, Shankaram, with la, lo, and chant it as Shankaralloka Shankaram, with again a nasal a tone. Shankaralloka Shankaram. So it can be combined that way also. If you say we are just beginners, first time we are chanting this shloka, it is perfectly okay to chant it as Bhagavat Pada Shankaram, Loka Shankaram. Completely Anuswara also you could chant. Now once more, Shriya, I will chant this verse and you repeat, then we will move to the next verse. Shruti Smriti Purana-namalayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram.
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करल्लोकशङ्करम्.
Uttamam. Well chanted. Saundaryalahari kartre.
सौन्दर्यलहरी कर्त्रे सौन्दर्यलहरी कर्त्रे
Sarvamangaladayine.
सर्वमङ्गलदायिने सर्वमङ्गलदायिने
Shankaracharya-varyaya.
शङ्कराचार्यवर्याय शङ्कराचार्यवर्याय
Yatirajayate namaha.
यतिराजायते नमः यतिराजायते नमः.
Okay. So Saundaryalahari kartre. So there we have a two ras, samyuktakshara. So we need to be careful while pronouncing that. Kartre sarvamangaladayine Shankaracharya varyaya yatirajaya te namaha. A shloka on Shankara Bhagavat Padacharya composed by Shri Bharati Tirtha Shri Charanaha. So Shriya, we will repeat this once. Saundaryalahari kartre sarvamangaladayine Shankaracharya varyaya yatirajayate namaha.
सौन्दर्यलहरी कर्त्रे सर्वमङ्गलदायिने शङ्कराचार्यवर्याय यतिराजायते नमः.
Tamam. So now we will straight away begin with the first verse of Shivanandalahari because I wanted to start today. We will deal with the title Shivanandalahari and the meaning and all that in the next class. So let us straight away learn the first verse. We will only be able to learn the chanting of the verse. Okay, Aditi. Kalabhyam.
Kalabhyam. Kalabhyam.
Chudalankrita.
Chudalankrita. Chudalankrita.
Shashikalabhyam.
Shashikalabhyam. Shashikalabhyam.
Nijatapaphalabhyam.
Nijatapaphalabhyam. Nijatapaphalabhyam.
Bhakta Bhakteshu.
Bhakteshu. Bhakteshu.
Prakatita phalabhyam.
Prakatitaphalabhyam. Prakatitaphalabhyam.
Bhavatu me.
Bhavatu me. Bhavatu me.
Shivabhyam.
Shivabhyam. Shivabhyam.
Astokatribhuvana.
Astokatribhuvana. Astokatribhuvana.
Shivabhyam.
Shivabhyam. Shivabhyam.
Hridi punarbhavabhyam.
Hridi punarbhavabhyam. Hridi punarbhavabhyam.
Anandasphuradanubhavabhyam.
Anandasphuradanubhavabhyam. Anandasphuradanubhavabhyam.
Natiriyam.
Natiriyam. Natiriyam.
Tamam. A very beautiful verse. You would have all appreciated the Shabdalankara in this verse. Kalabhyam, Shashikalabhyam, Phalabhyam, Prakatita Phalabhyam, Shivabhyam, Tribhuvana Shivabhyam, Bhavabhyam, Sphuradhanubhavabhyam. So the same word is used twice in the line in different contexts, in different meanings. We will come to it later. So whatever I have highlighted here, Kalabhyam, Chudalankrita Shashikalabhyam, they are all Mahapranas. Though this verse itself will tell you why chanting aloud will have a pranayama effect. When you control your breath and when you have very controlled exhalation and along with the Mahapranas. So that increases your lung capacity and it is a very good, it has a pranayama effect. So now I split the words in between Chudalankrita Shashikalabhyam because they are big compound words, Samastapadam. But once we learn, we are not supposed to split like that. So we have to chant at a stretch, Chudalankrita Shashikalabhyam. Then here, Nijatapa Phalabhyam. Again, what you see here is an Upadhmaniya. Nijatapaha Phalabhyam. So Upadhmaniya followed by Pa. Visarga followed by Pa. We chant it as Nijatapa Phalabhyam. Then Shivabhyam Astokatribhuvana Shivabhyam. We have to chant that entire word together. Astoka. There you see the dvitvam effect again. Astoka. Hridi punarbhavabhyam. When we split, it would be Hridi punaha bhavabhyam. The visarga when we split it. However, combining the sandhi, it would be Hridi punarbhavabhyam anandas puradanu bhavabhyam. Again, we don't take a breath there till anubhavabhyam. Actually, you can chant everything together. So, Hridi punarbhavabhyam anandaspuradhanubhavabhyam natiriyam. Here, anandaspurat. There again, dvitvam. The sa is doubling. So, here, one more thing. Kalabhyam chudalankrita. When we combine the sandhi, it would be Kalabhyan chudalankrita. Shashikalabhyan nijatapaha. So, the anuswara followed by na. We could combine it as Shashikalabhyan Nija. So, the n is coming instead of the anuswara. Kalabhyan Nijatapa Phalabhyam. And similarly, here, Anandas Puradanu Bhavabhyam Natiriyam. When the anuswara combines with na, we could combine the sandhi and chant it as Anandas Puradanu Bhavabhyam Natiriyam. Okay, we will, there are a lot of nuances of pronunciation here. We will repeat it in the next class also, but now let us do one line at a time. कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्याम्
कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्याम् कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः फलाभ्याम्
भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे
भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे
शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्याम्
शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्याम् शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्याम्
आनन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यान्नतिरियम्
आनन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यान्नतिरियम् आनन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यान्नतिरियम्
Uttamam. So once we will chant the entire shloka and then we will conclude today's class. So if there are any doubts, you could type in the Q&A section and I will answer them. Kalabhyan chudalankೃತ ಶಶಿಕಲಾಭ್ಯಾಂ ನಿಜತಪಫಲಾಭ್ಯಾಂ ಭಕ್ತೇಷು प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्याम् आनन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यान्नतिरियम्
कलाभ्यां चूडालङ्कृतशशिकलाभ्यां निजतपः भवाभ्यां भक्तेषु प्रकटितफलाभ्यां भवतु मे शिवाभ्यामस्तोकत्रिभुवन शिवाभ्यां हृदि पुनर्भवाभ्याम् आनन्दस्फुरदनुभवाभ्यां नतिरियम्.
Uttamam. So one question which someone has asked, which chandas is this in? This is also in Shikharini chandas. The first 27 verses or so of Shivanandalahari are also in Shikharini, similar to Saundaryalahari. This verse, we will have to deal a bit more with Dvitvams, etc. and the Sandhi rules, which we will do in the next class. One more question is, why is it Saundaryalahari Kartre? The shloka composed by Bharati Tirtha Shri Charanaha refers to Saundaryalahari, which Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padacharya has composed. Like I said, he has composed innumerable stotras, and Shivanandalahari is also one of them. Here, next class, we will see how he starts Saundaryalahari with Shiva Shaktya Yukto, Shiva. And here he starts in Dvivachanam, Kalabhyam, so that equal prominence and samyam of Shiva Shakti, unity, like they say Bhagavati is also Shiva Shakti Aikya Rupini. Unity of Shiva Shakti is seen throughout Saundaryalahari and Shivanandalahari. So even in this class, we will pay a tribute to the Guru who has also given us Saundaryalahari. Saundaryalahari Kartre Sarva Mangala Daine. Now that is a verse composed by Bharati Tirtha Shri Charanaha. We have to retain the verse as it is and we have to pay our tribute to the Guru. Of course, he has also composed Shivanandalahari. And these two are like, they complement each other. Saundaryalahari and Shivanandalahari complement each other. So those who have already learned Saundaryalahari in our Vyoma, great. We can start this yajna now. Those who are starting this first, the recordings of Saundaryalahari are available. and on YouTube and on our course page. You can register for free and you can see all the recordings, audio, video, and the PDFs. So I would urge all of you to learn both these stotrams. Both are wonderful stotrams. So we will conclude with Shanti Mantraha, and thank you so much to all of you for attending. Please do attend regularly. Let us make it a yajna. Attending regularly itself is a yajna. And please share with your friends, relatives, others who might be interested in experiencing this. It's a Bhakti Shastram, and it's also the literary genius of Shankaracharya we can experience through these verses. Thank you all. Wish you a very happy Vijayadashmi once again. And thank you to our co-faculty, Aditi Swaminathan Bhagini, and our panelists, Shriya. Not sure if Charu has joined today, but she also might be joining us. And thank you to Vyoma Nagashri Bhagini and Saumya Krishnapur Bhagini, Vishwanathan sir and Venkat sir for all the support they have given us, and Maheshwari Bhagini and everyone else, the entire team of Vyoma, for all the support in these slides and for everything in this course. So let us conclude with Shanti Mantraha. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhaved. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ram Ram Ram. Agami Shanivasare Punarmilamaha. Dhanyavadaha.